Hello dear friends, welcome to our video lecture about types of ensembles and instruments. Now you see the largest ensemble, which is called a symphony orchestra. It usually consists of more than 50 players. Sometimes it has up to 100. And it is always led by a conductor. There are a lot of instruments, and each of them has a certain place. Now let's get acquainted with the families of instruments. They are brass, woodwind, string, and percussion families. The brass family contains metal wind instruments. They are trumpets, trombones, French horns, and tubas. The woodwind family. The woodwind instruments can be made of any material, not just wood. The most common representatives are the clarinet, the saxophone, the flute, the oboe, the bassoon. A string section in a classical music orchestra usually contains the biggest number of instruments, about 50 or 60 ones, and they are usually bowed instruments. This means that the players use a bow to play them. Here you see the violin, the viola, the cello, the double bass, and the harp. And now let's look at the percussion instruments. This family of instruments in a classical music orchestra usually contains a set of drums, cymbals, triangle, tambourine, woodblock, xylophone, maracas, and chimes. We did not mention the instruments of the keyboard family yet. It is because they are not usually presented in the symphony orchestra. The most famous of them is, of course, the piano, or the royal piano. Accordion is also an instrument from a keyboard family. A chamber orchestra is a smaller version of symphony. The name chamber means that the orchestra is small enough to fit in a chamber of a home or music hall. This orchestra usually has less than 50 players. And there are some smaller ensembles. Here you can see a septet made of 7 players. This one is a sextet. You can see wind instruments and one piano player here. This one is a quintet made of 5 players. They are brass players. Four players make a quartet. This one is a trio. And a duet.